My Sexy Maid. When Love Blossom. Chapter 1. I am Mia Dawson. I came from the middle class. I am beautiful and I have a younger brother named Karen. I am not the outspoken type and I prefer keeping things to myself, and I have few friends at my workplace where I work as a waitress just to make ends meet. My father is really sick and he had to be treated upon. The doctor said we will be needing the sum of 3 million to treat him. Oh God, how will I get the money? I hope my father will not die, I said, lamenting to myself. Well, that is my life. I feed myself and my younger brother. Karen is 17 years old and a very handsome guy, which girls line up before him and wish for him to be their boyfriend. I have warned him not to get carried away, that he should face his study squarely. Sis, let me be, I am not a kid anymore, I know what is good for me, he will say. But I keep on drumming it in his ear not to let the family down. Mia, a man called her and she quickly ran to his office. In the office sitted a man of about 40 years of age wearing a suit, and he sat elegantly on his chair. Sir, you called me, she said. Sit down, the man said. Then Mia sat down. What is really wrong with you? You can talk to me if there is anything wrong. I see the way you are always down these days. You are not like this. What is bothering you? Nothing, sir. I am fine. You can confide in me if anything is bothering you. Nothing, sir. I will be fine. Okay, you can go back to work, the man said, and Mia left his office. The man is Mr. Santiago. He is the owner of the restaurant where Mia work and he is the boss. He is a very nice man and he treat his workers nicely, but what he hate most is cheating or stealing. He also hate to see his workers in a sad mood. That is why he called Mia to his office, since he knows she need help, but Mia, being the lady that keep things to herself, did not open up. He then decided to use another way to help her, so he increase her salary without any other staffs knowing. Mia finished her work that day and went home. She got home and met Karen on the couch listening to music from his Android phone which she bought for him. Hello, great sis, how was work today? Work was hectic. How was school today? School is good, he answered. I see how tired you are. I have prepared something for you to eat. Oh thanks, you are a darling, Mia said and pecked his cheek. Let me take a shower and we will go to check father in the hospital to see how he is faring, she said. Well, I wish I can work also to help you raise the money. It saddens me to see dad like that. He is really weak. I hope he get better. Don't worry, dad will be okay. I will make sure I save him. I promise, she said and went upstairs. Alexander Knight is a young man and a very wealthy one at that. He is a man of 28 years of age. He has a cool and quiet character and he has many companies to his name. He is rated the third most wealthy billionaire in the whole of New York. Well, what is shocking the most is that he is a supernatural being. Alexander's parents were not human. They came from a supernatural realm in which only supernatural beings live there. Alexander's mother was a witch and his father is a vampire. In the realm, the vampire and witches live far away from each other, and a law was made by both the vampire realms and supernatural realms that no vampire should have anything to do with a witch, and this law was abided to. But one day Alexander's father was walking in the supernatural realm and he did not know when he get to the witch's realm, and that was where he came across a very beautiful lady who is a witch, and he fell in love with her immediately, though he remembered the law, but his heart could not stop beating for the lady. He later approached the lady and from there they both began dating without the knowledge of anyone else. They are both in love with each other that they forget the law. They were later find out, and this pained both the witches and vampires, so they stripped them off their power and send them to Earth. By this time the lady was already pregnant, and after they got to Earth they began living among human. After a while she gave birth, and the baby she gave birth to was named Alexander. Alexander's father name was Louis Dawson. Alexander was growing when they discover his power, and they wondered how he has a supernatural power when they have no power anymore. Nevertheless they send him to a supernatural school so he could master his power. He was there for a year before he came back, and there he discover he is a werewolf. He asked his parents about this and they narrate everything to him. Alexander's parents later died, leaving him all alone. So he struggled and did a lot of hard job to survive. He never let anyone know about his supernatural power. He is half human and half werewolf. He believe if people find out about his power he will not be able to get a job. He work really hard, and with the help of his power and his hard work he became a billionaire who has many companies in his name. He became a boss of his own self. Mia and Darren got to the hospital and they went to their father ward. They got to the hospital and seeing how weak and lifeless their father is, they both began crying. They stayed with him and prayed for him for a while before they leave the hospital. The next day, Mia woke up and prepared Karen for school and make breakfast, then he left for school after eating. Mia also took her bag and left for work. She got to work and heard people gossiping about her, but she careless. She went to her duty post and there she saw Diana and they both greeted each other cheerfully. Diana is the only friend she has there. The rest really hate her for no reason and they plan on how to make her leave there. She began working and chatting with Diana happily. Later in the evening, she was going home when Mr. Santiago ran out of his office. The staffs were shocked to see their boss that way. "Who among you steal from me?" he asked, and everyone was surprised. "Sir, no one steal from you. How could you say that? I kept some bundle of money right in my office before going out, but getting there now, the money is missing," he said. Some girls hearing this were smiling happily. Mr. Santiago told his guards to search every of his workers and they did so but find nothing. Then they search Mia and they find the money in her bag. Mia was surprised and even Mr. Santiago also, seeing what happened, and he became angry that Mia could do such a thing. Mia tried to explain herself but he did not give her the chance to. Those who did this were smiling sheepishly there. Diana herself was surprised how this happened because she knew Mia can never do such a thing. "You are fired," Mr. Santiago said angrily, leaving Mia surprised. Meanwhile, Alexander is in need of a maid who can help him take care of his house while he is at work, because he is a workaholic. To be continued. How was the first chapter? I hope it is good. Let your likes, comments and shares be massive please. This is a new story.